welcome back to another episode of AJAWI TV, where we discuss architectural and construction related topics. I'm your host, I'm AJAWI. Guys, I just wanted to have a little chat with you as I have just finished a site inspection. Right? Just finished a site inspection and I'm heading back home, but I thought I should give you guys a little, well, in particular contractors, a little advice, right? A little advice when dealing with returning residents, right? So as you know, my company supports returning residents as they seek to return to Jamaica, design their home, do construction, and build their dream home, their retirement home, and settle safely, right? Want to do it safely. And if you're a returning resident and you see this video and you agree with me, give it a like, comment in the comment section and tell me if you agree. So this is the advice that I want to give contractors. When you're dealing with returning residents, right, you have to be patient. You have to be patient and understanding, because based on past news, past experiences, returning residents have had a very hard time when it comes on to building their home in Jamaica, right? You know that, I know that, we all know that, right? They've had a hard time in the sense that sometimes them send back money when a family I rob them, it's a little man I rob them. When another little man rob them, it's liar. When another liar, the designer. When another designer, they are. Instances where returning residents are taken advantage of, right? I'm not calling anybody in particular, I'm just saying, right? So you as the contractor, you have to bear this in mind and be patient, right? You're not gonna get everything the minute you want it, the minute you ask for it. They are going to check everything that you do. If you send a document, I'm going to want to call around to see if you are pricing them the right way, if things are according to what they want. Additionally, they are going to be very skeptical about anything that you tell them, which is only natural, and that's only being vigilant, right? So I would say to returning residents, that's a good thing to do. You understand? If you as a contractor, if you know that you are honest, if you know that you are above the table, you know, saying I have no hide, it should not be a problem, right? Should not be a problem. If you say X is X, right? And you have to be patient in this regard, because of this simple fact, right? Even if it is with me, I would recommend that returning residents, still exercise vigilance. If you want to do your checks, you do your checks. right? Nothing is wrong with that, and I don't believe that any contractor should make a returning resident feel any type of way simply because of this, right? So as a contractor, I want you to understand that returning residents are going to be vigilant when they're dealing with you. That simply means that they are going to be very skeptical. They're going to question you. They're going to want to ensure that they're getting what they are paying for, and nothing, in my eyes, nothing is wrong with that. And it is up to you as a contractor, as the person providing the service, to ensure that your client is, let us say, happy or they're receiving the service, right? On the other hand, as a returning resident, I want you to understand that nothing is free. If you want somebody to go do something for you, it is your investment. Don't expect anybody to do anything for you without compensating them. The moment you start doing things and expect that somebody is going to do you a favor and you're not going to pay anything, expect that that's going to go bad, because you're now putting yourself in a bad position, right? For me personally, even if you're my friend, expect that I'm going to charge you for whatever it is that I do for you. Why? Because when Mr. JPS or Mr. Lime or Mr. Digicel or any other service provider send their bill at the end of the month, I cannot say, you know, say Sister Jane from overseas is my friend and the bill right off, right? Can't do that. So you as a returning resident have to understand that you are going to have to pay people to do whatever it is that you want them to do. That's just the reality of it. And you have to understand that the people that you're putting to work, they themselves want to build a home as well. They want to be prosperous as well in life. Nobody wants to really work and have nothing at the end of the day. A contractor is not working for just working sake. He wants to make a profit. So if you're going in to get the cheapest rate, I tell people all the while, if you're coming to me for the cheapest rate, don't. It's not gonna work. I'm not the cheapest person, right? I'm not the cheapest person. If a returning resident, if I'm doing a job for a returning resident right now and they call me at 10 o'clock in the night, I will pick up the phone and answer them and say, hey, yeah, I'm kind of a little tired right now, I'm taking a sleep, you know, let's talk tomorrow. You have to pay for something like that, so don't expect that anybody's going to do it for free, right? So for me, because my clients are not here in Jamaica, right, I have that patience with them to actually answer the phone and, you know, tell them it as it is. And I find that they appreciate that more. Right? I find that returning residents appreciate that more because at least I tell them up front. Right? I'll give you another example. A client of mine, I'm doing a job for a client. Right? I'm actually doing the job now. And I was working on another aspect of that same drawing. So I was working on the design aspect and the construction drawing aspect, you know, but you do know that I have other jobs that I'm doing as well. Anyways, aside from that, she called me and said, hey, what happened for the bedrooms? Have you done the design for the bedroom? And I was like, no, I've been a little busy and tired, so I haven't gotten a chance to get around to that, but my guys are working on the other areas, right? The lady said, I appreciate that. Thanks for letting me know. I appreciate that, right? Because at least I'm telling her as it is, right? I'm telling her exactly what it is. I'm not telling her, hey, let me talk to you tomorrow, or I'm avoiding her. That's not the case. I just tell her as it is. for that type of service, you're gonna have to pay for it. You as a returning resident have to understand that. And as a returning resident, you have to understand that I, AJAWI, I am a young professional and I do want the best for my family, my wife and I, and we want to be in a position where we too can build our dream home and do whatever it is that we dream about doing in life. So don't expect that it's going to be free, right? On the other side of it, as a contractor, as a designer, I want you to be patient, right? Be patient with returning residents, because they are not here, right? They are not here in Jamaica, and they're going to be vigilant, which they should be. Any person in them right mind, even if you're in a Jamaica and know how to work, you're supposed to be vigilant with it. Much less somebody who is overseas. They're gonna double check, triple check. They're gonna ask you questions 20 times to see if your answer is the same thing every single time. That is okay by me. You have contractors who will get upset, who will feel some type of way, or try to do things that are on the table because of these type of things, right? So that's my advice as contractors, as designers, as land surveyors. Be patient, right? And it comes back to communicating with your client, right? Communicate with the client at all times. Doesn't matter if you have it done or not. Just communicate. Just tell them that, hey, if it's not done, it's just not done. It's not going. You telling them, so wait till tomorrow. Not going to get it finished in that one day. So it's best you just tell them. I rather just tell the client, say, yo, it's not finished, and they may cuss, but most of the times they will appreciate it that you actually tell them up front, say, yo, it's already. Right? I had a client who is another client actually, and I was doing his drawing and I got a little tied up. I was kind of out of it, never felt so good, kind of really tired, because I was like really going and I got burnt out. And I just tell him, say, yo, my guys are working on his drawings, right? Because they are, right? It's not just me alone. The guys are working on the drawing, but it's not where it's supposed to be, because I got really burnt out. So I just took a week off or something, and I'm back on it now though. We should be able to get you something by next week, and they were okay with that, right? They're okay with that. Nothing is wrong with that, right? So for me personally, I rather just tell it like it is, and if the person cuss me, but at least I know, say, I have their best interest at heart, and at the end of the day, nobody can say, hey, AJAWI did not deal with me above the table, right? Rather you're upset and going, and you can say, boy, I never like how him deal with me, because him tell me everything. Every time I ask him a question, him tell me no, because him not ready. Rather do that, because at least it is the truth. You understand? At least it is the truth, and I rather get a bad name for the truth than get a good name for the wrong thing, right? Or get bad name for the wrong thing. So that's just the reality. Be patient, right? Be patient. Sometimes I'm like, and I know I'm babbling a little, but I'm just sharing my experience with you, right? I remember I was working with this client, and she called me some ungodly hours, like really late in the nights, right? And when she had her drawings and she wanted changes and top of changes and top of changes, and I'm there and I'm like, okay, and I just there and I said, yeah man, alright, no problem. And then when we do the changes and she talk, and when I printed out the drawings that are finished, the finished product, took it to her, right? Took it to her, and she said the amount of sheets that I was actually doing, that she never realized that that's what I was doing. And she's like, Andre, how you deal with me? She was like, how you deal with me? You're patient enough? I'm like, nah, it's just, I understand that, you know, that's what you want, so it's okay, I don't have a problem. And she's like, but let me tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like I was a pee-hole. You know what that means in a Jamaican term. I feel like I was being a bitch, to be honest with you. And I really appreciate how you dealt with it, because I never realized that this was what you were doing, like all of these things you were doing in the background. So, and she apologized, and I was like, nah, just, you know, it's not a problem. Here's the funny thing. An architect reached out to me to do a job for him, for a big company, government place, and she was working at that place, right? She was working at that place, and she saw me and she was like, you're working on this project? Because I was bidding on it. Well, it wasn't a bid. He was working on it, and he was like, she was like, you're working on this project, Andre? And I'm like, yeah, I am. Well, I'm assisting the architect. You sure? I say, yeah. I'm saying, all right, no problem. Just don't say another word. And because I'm working with him on that project, and she had that experience with me, that meant that she can trust that person, or she felt like she could, you know, she could work with that person, because I'm working in the background for that person as well. Even though I wasn't necessarily working in the background for that person full time. I just went to do a measured survey. Right? I just went to measure the building for the architect and then turn over the job to him. And she was like, what? You're working on this? Alright, no problem, Andre. Let's say another word. He got the job. But I wasn't a part of it anyways. But the thing is that she, because of the reputation, and she know that, okay, if this person does the job, she's going to get the result that she wants, right? But anyways, that's what I'm trying to get to you. Patience, understanding, empathy, putting yourself in the person's shoes. It goes a long way, and being ethical with it as well. Because had I not been patient with the person, had I not try and understand and work with the person, then that reputation would not be there. So be patient with people as a contractor, right? There are sometimes when people, you have clients that say to me, say, what me I say a foolishness? No. And I said, no, it's not foolishness. Right? It's not foolishness. Because the person is expressing how they are, how they feel, what they think. It's your job as the contractor, as the designer, to look at that. Look at what they're saying. Look at the information being presented to you. Be patient with the person. Put yourself in their shoes. And execute. That's my little 2 cents. I am not perfect. I understand that. I am not perfect in any way, shape, or form. But what I try to do is be patient with people, right? And as a contractor, I wanted to exercise that a little bit more, alright? That's it. I've been babbling on. This is another episode of AJAWI TV. Make sure you hit the like, make sure you hit the subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I make videos just like this one. Guys, have a new series going on. Make sure you go watch that as well. It's called Designing with AJAWI. I'll show you what it is that I do when I'm doing drawings for people. Go check it out. Alright?
Money coming, money go. I've been at it on the low. Trapping out a while, I keep keep seeing the leaders doing, let's be talking plans and maybe seeing you. Pull up on you, let me scoop. Nobody here but me and you. Got a little ring to it, turn that thing fluid in the coupe. Way you look, I know it's real. I'm on my shine. I been really getting feel. You know why I'm here, don't act like you don't know how I feel. But let me tell you what you mean to me. Slide on me for that meet and greet. Vibe with me under moonshine, sipping moonshine to the new sky. Sage toasted and be raised soaked in the raincoat. Hit the waves quota, I be flossing, I be locked in. Was lost here, all that turned me to a target. They be plotting on me, I be cautious. Back then I was an adolescent, then I had a lesson. I'm the man now, I got fans now, I'm on cam now. I got plans now, I'm finna branch out. Grew up quick, but never let go this year. I put all of that in my rip. Blue tin papers, blowing vapors, wooden traders. Long hair killer in my villa, bitch, I made it. Used to play the play, now I think we major now. She wanna lay me down, I'ma need you to hold me all the way down. Hold it down for me, you say you down for me. You say you hold it all the way down. Hold it down for me, hold it down for me. You say you hold it all the way down. You say you down for me, hold it down for me. Say you hold it all the way down. Hold it down for me, say you down for me. Wait, okay. I really grind like it's 10 of me. Sauce drip, I got the recipe. And you can find me where that pressure be. I've been levitated in the preparation. I've been meditated, I've been hella patient. I'm so tired of waiting. I got right here with my day. From where that crevice be. I've been silent since the less of me. Out here with the sea, really in the field. I'm really on cam now, I got plans now. I'm finna branch out, grew up quick, but never let go of this here. I put all of that in my rip. Hey. Blue tin papers, blowing vapors, wooden traders. Long hair killer in my villa, bitch, I made it. Used to play the play, now I think we major now. She wanna lay me down, I'ma need you to hold me all the way down. Hold it down for me, you say you down for me. You say you hold it all the way down. Hold it down for me, hold it down for me. Say you hold it all the way down. You say you down for me, hold it down for me. Say you hold it all the way down. Hold it down for me, you say you down for me.